Hello. Okay, got that sorted out. Time check is 6 minutes gone past 10 o'clock, and it is the 23rd day of September. The month really is flying by. I think that's a good thing. Maybe the faster we get to Christmas, the better for us. Maybe. I don't know. I'm sure you guys who have been following this program know that I'm big on holidays. I love Christmas. So what's wrong with getting the Christmas faster? Yeah, although for those who have to pay rent, that's true. And New Year's coming. Don't worry, God's got you. God's got you. I think I have a good message for all of you guys who are waiting in anticipation of something good. Anyway, you might just be tuning into this frequency, Garden City Radio 89.9 FM, for the very first time, and you're wondering, what do they do on this program in this hour? Well, I'll tell you. We tell stories, true stories. Sometimes stories born from true stories or true life experiences of different people. You see, we share stories of the human walk, the human experience, our journey, our journeys, our various journeys, yes, through life on this rock, this planet that God has kept us on. We talk about fear, triumph. In fact, we are as real can possibly be. We are raw. When I say raw, I don't mean raw in a vulgar sense, but raw in the sense that we're willing to be vulnerable, to let people see us. A lot of us walk around wearing masks. Here, we take the mask off and we let people see how it is, how we feel, how we are trying, how we are managing, how we're standing, surviving, how we are going, and how we're managing to keep going. Yes, that's what we do here. So to all of you who are listening from wherever, Calabar, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Enugu, any part of River State, I bid you a warm welcome this beautiful Sunday morning. So what we're going to be talking about? Well, I don't know if it's going to be scattered, but walk with me down this rabbit hole and let's see if we can manage to make sense of today's topic. Although I don't know what today's topic is really. But it's centered around friends. Let me tell you this story of a young man who grew up from nothing. He grew up with nothing. In fact, he grew up not knowing his father. His mother would carry him and his junior brother to his father's people. And there was all this backlash because people were not expecting such a surprise. The man had died, but they were not expecting such a surprise that he had actually had children by another woman from somewhere far away. But after all the quarreling and the annoyance or anger that the news or the shocking news had generated, the children were accepted, 2 boys. But you know, Nigeria is a tough place, and it's sometimes kill or be killed, eat or be eaten in a dog eat dog world. And this young man found himself having to survive, having to do different things to survive. And survive he did. He didn't quite go to school, although he did attend secondary school, but he never went to a university. So much of his training came from watching people, learning from people he called friends, and even people he termed better than him or even older than him. So he learned from watching a lot. Now, as he began to watch, he began to learn, he began to grow. He also began to make money from the business he was doing. Now, this was a business he had learned by watching other people. And when the chance came for him to, when the opportunity presented itself for him to also delve into that business, he was ready. While others, it's kind of like a supply job. While others were busy supplying things like cartons and cartons of drinking water, cartons and cartons of juice, you know, there was They were supplying it wholesale. This young man's first opportunity was to supply just one small basket of tomatoes and a pack of cigarettes. But he did it as if he had been given, a federal government contract to revamp East-West Road. He did it with such gusto. And a particular client would take special interest seeing the way he was eager to please and eager to serve. And so this client began to groom him, giving him most of his business. And so this young man started growing through the ranks as a supplier, as a contractor. And his life turned around. The first day he bought his first car, it was as if a king had been enthroned. People were so happy for him. Let's call him Paul. People were so happy for Paul because if anybody deserved the kind of breakthrough that seemed to be manifesting it in his life or in their lives, it was Paul. He had worked for it, he earned it. Now with this newfound status also came friends. Different types of friends. And Paul was this type of person who, not that he couldn't say no, but remembering his background, how he grew up without and not having, Paul became the sort of man who was free-handed. Anything you asked him for, even if it's his last cash, just because he has been without, and he had been without for long, he would give you that last cash. You see, the sad thing, people noticed this goodness in him. People, and when I say people, a lot of people, they decided to start taking advantage of it. So whenever Paul was around, he would find himself footing the bills of several people. They would all be hanging out and all that, but he would find himself stuck with the bill. He didn't mind. He was in a better place, growing, so he paid the bill. Soon, the children of these so-called friends would call him. They're having issues in school, school fees, house rent, this and that. And Paul would find himself giving. In fact, one day, while hanging out with Paul, he had an issue with his car. And so he drove to a mechanic garage and was trying to figure out what was wrong with his car. Now, while seated in the car, apparently some young man walks up and didn't know that I could hear what they were saying. And I overheard him telling the mechanic, say, bill that guy, man, they pay like white, bill and well. The mechanic laughed. I can't tell you if he billed him or not, or overbilled him or something, but yeah. People felt they could just take advantage of Paul's good nature. Friends, no amount of advice would Paul take about the type of friends he had. Not just from me, but from people around, who noticed that most of the people who were now coming around him were coming because they always wanted something. In fact, let me tell you this. I am a bit intimate with Paul and the girl he would have married. Now one night, around 1 a.m. or so, his phone rings. And being a woman, a curious woman that is, she picked up his phone. Let's call her Ada. Picked up his phone, only to find that it was the sister-in-law to one of Paul's friends. So she felt comfortable answering it. Hello, why are you calling him at this hour? And without any remorse, the lady on the other end proceeded to insult Ada, even going so far as to ask why Ada should be picking the phone and if the call was any of her business. Long and short of this ugly phone call when Paul stepped in, she needed money and didn't know who to turn to, so she called Paul. Now, remember I said she called at 1 a.m. and not 1 p.m. And of course, Paul, being the giver that he was, transferred money to her. Now, instead of having peace, at having provided somebody peace, we hope, Paul would spend the rest of the night trying to defend himself because Ada blew up. And she too is one of those people who keeps telling Paul, your friends are using you. We understand, or I try to understand where Paul is coming from. I never had. And that's why I gave the way I do. Okay. But not to the point where people start by their actions calling you stupid. By their actions calling you foolish. By their actions making you out to seem like an idiot. I mean, his reputation so preceded him that some random fellow, I was in the car this time, remember I said so, could tell another person, bill that guy, man, they pay like white. And how is that fair? Anyway, let's continue with Paul's story. Like I said, people would take advantage of him. They would go out and Paul would end up footing the bill. In fact, it got so bad that even when it was time to hang out, Paul would be the designated driver. So it's his car they would use to ferry themselves here, there, and everywhere. Yeah, he was a giver. He was a good man. Or he is a good man. He's still alive. He is a good man. But I don't know what to call it now. Why the need to want to be accepted, to want to be included, to want to be validated by the people we call our friends? Because now it had taken a turn from wanting to help to almost some kind of dependency, like Paul could not just be without, people around him or without people needing him or something. I don't know if it made him feel special. But I know nobody likes to be taken for a ride. Nobody likes to be seen as an idiot. And Paul seemed to be something like that. I'm sorry, Paul might be listening, I don't know. But he seemed to be something like that. Eventually, Paul would lose his girlfriend because she felt she was competing with him and his friends. Don't get me wrong, Paul was always there for her as well, whatever she needed. Well, according to her, what she told me was that she wanted the best for Paul, which is why she wanted him to see through the facade of his friends and not only rein himself in, but have something for himself. At some point in time, she told Paul he would get married. Was he saving for his own rainy day? Was he saving to put his children through school? Was he saving even to, bring them to birth? Because being pregnant and the cost of pregnancy is not a small thing, not be here. Even health centers, as cheap as they may be, you have to pay. You hear of people running away when they find out what the bill is, because Nigeria's no joke. But here was Paul giving away to all and sundry. I mean, God loves a cheerful giver, but come on. And the sad thing was that none of his friends were even remotely interested in telling Paul, nah, cool down, save your money, or begin build house, or do this or do that. No, they were just interested in item 7, belle force, what Paul could bring to the table for them. In fact, he was literally preparing a table in the presence of his enemies for them. So she left. And not one of his friends even bothered to reach out to her to say, you know what, this, that, and the other, Why did you leave? Let us try to settle the rift between the two of you. Not one of the friends bothered to do that. In fact, it even helped Paul, increase his giving, increase his hanging out, increase his dependency on friends. Oh yes, he tried once or twice to reach out to Ada, but she was like, it's either your friends or me. See what they're doing. They are not helping you. Are you growing with these friends? Eventually, Paul's friends would end up destroying him. Yeah. As it stands now, Paul's finances are nothing to write home about. He told me this himself from a place of regret. Called me the other day and was just lamenting. Everybody has left him, nobody calls him, even those that used to call him for school fees and all that, no longer bother. People he used to give, people he used to help, they've disappeared into the wind. Friends. Even Ada, she's married now. And that was one good thing he had going in his life. But she too is gone. Now let me tell you another story. Somebody sent me a video of a young lady. I think she looks Asian, sort of like Filipino or something. So yes, sent me this video, which was too explicit to open. It was sexually explicit, so I had to delete it. But just before the video came in, there was a kind of write-up about what the video was about. So here's this young lady with her friends, and they are having, a hen night, what we call a bachelorette party, the day before her wedding. Now, I don't know if it was a stripper, a male stripper that was brought in, but, well, a male stripper was brought in, and many times when that kind of thing happens, the dancer pays attention to the bride-to-be. I don't know if her drink was spiked. I cannot tell you what went on or how it happened, but long and short, she publicly disgraced herself with the stripper, going too far. The husband called off the marriage because not only was he told what his wife-to-be did, he was shown the video and photographs. But the people who were there cheering her on were her friends. Now she's lost that one. And so we're going to be talking about friends today. You see, a lot of us need to be careful who we let into our space. A lot of us need to be aware of the type of energy people we are close to carry or bear. We really need to be careful. So we'll go on that short break now to bring you Prevailers Moments with Bishop Ulisa. Remember, it lasts for 15 minutes. And when we come back, we'll be dissecting this thing about friends. A whole new angle to the idea and concept of friends and friendship, and how it affects us in our lives. So just give me 15 minutes. We'll listen to Bishop Ulisa. Then I'll be right back. Welcome back. It's 47 minutes gone past 10 o'clock. And you just listened to James Taylor's you've got a friend. Yeah, I almost turned into a southern belle. You've got a friend. Anyway, don't mind me. So yes, for those of you who might just be tuning in right now, you're welcome to the program. This is Dawn on Sundays, where we talk about the human walk, human experience, the human journey. Like I said earlier when we began, um, it's about everything really: joy, pain, triumph, shame, victory. It's about our feelings of inadequacy. It's the way we procrastinate. It's about everything that encompasses a human being. It's about the spirit of the human being. Sometimes the program will take you philosophical, sometimes psychological slant, spiritual even. Yeah, we try to touch everything. Here we are as vulnerable as possible, or as a broadcasting will allow. We are as raw and as real as possible. In fact, I forgot to say this earlier on. A lot of the times, you guys have called in to contribute in one way or the other, either by giving your own suggestions or advice. Yes, you are allowed to call in. When people call in with their problems, you also are allowed to call in and advise them. This is your platform. As much as it is mine, it is your platform where we come together and carry each other. As broken as we are, we share our wings so that it goes round, so that all of us can fly. We heal, we teach, we motivate, we inspire here. In fact, this your program has literally saved lives, also changed lives. So yes, I should always begin by thanking you for being there. I'm sorry about that faux pas on my side. Thank you for being there. Well, that's what this program is about. And if you missed the beginning, well, you're in luck. We're talking about friends. And I gave the story of Paul and Ada. Paul, who never had much growing up, decided he would make sure that no one around him lacked anything. The problem is he didn't know where to draw the line. And because he couldn't find the line to draw, people, a lot of people, in fact, more than 90% of his friends, or so-called friends, would end up taking advantage of him. But let me not use the word end up almost as if they had no choice in the matter. You see, that's the funny thing about friends. Whether you be the friend or I be the friend, we have a choice in what we choose to do to those we call our friends. There is a consciousness, a deliberateness about it. You see, when we pick up the phone and we call our friend's husband or wife to say, I just saw your wife now, she's in one hotel with one man. Sometimes you might even see innocent things, but because of the way we feel envy or hatred or spite or malice for that friend, we will just take something so innocent and twist it. Yes, people have actually had friends call their loved ones and say, I saw your wife at one corner. She was talking with such and such or doing such and such. And it turns out that it was something so innocent. But before you get to the point where the person being accused can prove their innocence, water don't pass Gary, something don't spoil. Then you now get to find out that it was actually a friend that did this thing, that called to say. Some friends have gone so far as to call people's employers, bosses, to badmouth friends. Do you know, it's a strange thing to hate somebody so much and still be able to introduce that person as your friend. Meet my friend Rachel, meet my friend Steve, and yet you loathe the very air the person breathes. And yet you're able to just open your mouth and say, meet my friend. What is a friend? And I'm not going into any kind of definition. I'm not looking for a definition. A friend is supposed to be the next best thing after your sibling, after a brother or a sister. One who has got your back, whether you're there or not. Who stands up for you. Who shows up when you need help. Yeah, a friend should be a pretend brother. You know, like when they say my brother from another mother, that kind of thing. Or sister from another mother. It applies to both. But how friendly have we been? When we might just be the reason. I'm not saying might. We are the reason why a particular friend is in tears today. We are the reason why a particular friend has lost a job or two, or a good contract, or a good contact. We are the reason why that man suddenly called his girlfriend and said, I don't think this thing is working anymore. I don't want to marry you. Yes, there are some of our relationships. We've gone into relationships with people. Now, this is gender neutral. We've gone into relationships with people who have unceremoniously just dumped us for no reason. Because of friends. Now, not because they've been saying stop working with that girl or stop working with that guy, but because that friend said something or did something to make sure that you lost that relationship. I recently heard of an ugly story. I don't know if I've shared it before here. There was this girl who was married. Yeah, she lost the marriage. The marriage was, let me see now. It was one where there was no attention at all. A complete lack of attention. So she was always on her own. And she ran to friends for solace. Now the thing is, she was too trusting and didn't know that she was friends with basically vipers. This her friend needed money. This young married woman had money. She had a good job, had a husband who also had a good job, you know. He was self-sufficient, so he could give her anything she wanted. But because his friend wanted money, she decided she would set her up. I think that's the word they call it. And so set her up with a friend of hers, so that he would take pictures of her, you know, get her. She was at her lowest, she was vulnerable. So give her the attention she seeks and see if she will fall. Sadly, she fell. Now, because they didn't plan this thing very well, the husband will eventually get to know. It was that bad. And so this young lady lost her marriage to friends. It was the husband who eventually told her that, you see this thing you went and did, see who told me about it. And she couldn't believe it. The very person she ran to for solace, who told her, don't worry, let's hang out, let's do this, let's do that. The meeting with the random guy wasn't such a random meeting after all. It was a plan. Friends. You see, I want what I have, I want what you have, I don't want you to have it. Because I want to be on top. That's some of our friends, or most of our friends. The sky is not big enough for two of us, so you cannot shine. Most of our friends are like that, or some of our friends. It depends. You never know how many snakes or vipers surround you at the moment. I'm not trying to put fear into you. If you be a true child of God, or as wise, or as thinking, and as analytical as I think you are, even to listening to this frequency and this show, then I'm sure you look at a couple of your friends and you're like, something is not right with this one. So hopefully you've already spotted it out that I go softly with this person. But some of us haven't. Some of us don't know we are surrounded by snakes. Some of us don't know that the problem we are in right now at this moment is because of a friend or friends. Sometimes, yes, it's a group. Do you know that some people can come together just because they hate you? That singular purpose keeps them together, keeps driving them on. Friends. It is often said, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. I've asked this question before. Look at yourself and look at all the friends you have. For some reason, I've been told this is the topic today, so I cannot go off script. Look at the friends you have. Look at how well or how not well they are doing, I don't know. And look at yourself. Are you doing as good as the friends that surround you? Are you doing as bad as the friends that surround you? Now, if you're doing as good as the friends that surround you, kudos. Good for you. You're one of the lucky ones. But if you're doing as bad as the friends that surround you, oh my goodness, you need to run, and you need to run now. I have a friend, I'll call her Mary. She has this thing she says. When she's hanging around her friends and she finds an opportunity, which she knows that one or the other can do, she gives them the opportunity. She says, look, this job deal, you won't do on CCC. You know why she does this? She says, if she looks around and she finds out that she is the most successful or the only successful person in that group, she needs to run. So what she does is that she makes sure that her friends are as blessed or as richly blessed as she is. So when there's an opportunity or a job opportunity, whatever it be, and she knows that a certain friend can do it, she gives it to that person, so that that person too also comes up like her. Like a ripple effect thing, hopefully. I am blessed, I bless your life, hopefully you bless the person beneath you. And we all grow together. That way there's no malice, there's no spite, there's no anything, because we are all growing. So look at your circle. How good are you doing? Now compare that safely, compare that with the friends you have in your circle. I'm not saying you shouldn't have one or two friends who, are still trying, or maybe one or two friends who may not yet have. The thing is this, what are they doing? Are they hustling? Are they trying to find their own? If so, keep them. They are probably walking their own path and will bloom when the time comes. But if you have friends who don't even care and are just happy to laze about and watch life pass them by, my brother, you might soon become like them if you are not careful. So are you as good as your friends are, or are you as bad as your friends are? You need to check that. Because I said, a friend is the next best thing to a sister or a brother. What do brothers and sisters, oh well, in an ideal world, what's a brother or sister supposed to do? Be there for you, stand for you, fight for you, love you, advise you, guide you, guard you. It's your brother, it's your sister in an ideal world. Now imagine where you don't have such a thing from your siblings. You should be able to have that from your friends. I mean, is it too much to ask to have friends who are loving, who are kind, who are respectful, who make you laugh, who can yab you without any malice or spite or ulterior motive, Is it too much to ask when you're in a bind, you know the particular friend to call? You say, Theo, this problem I get now, how do I go? Josephine, or hey, Tony, yeah. And Tony will actually show up and show out. Not the one that when you call him say, man, I don't know, you be like say, my brother. When friends or people we call friends start doing, get as it be, be like say, okay, you're your own. How many of us have such friends? And how many of us have friends who, we're calling them friends, but the only thing we seem to be doing with them is, hey, after work we sit down one corner and we drink and smoke and laugh. There is no positive impact. Maybe this is for some young person. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But that's the only thing you seem to be doing with your friends. Then they're not your friends. They're your drinking partners. They're your, you just hang out with them. Because friend and friendship is supposed to be much deeper than that. A friend doesn't necessarily have to lay his life down on the line for you. But a friend has to be somebody that you know that, come rain or high water, this person has got my back. Now, I haven't been lucky with friends. I have been so unlucky. But I have been blessed with a sister who's a friend. Sometimes I want to kill her. Yeah. But I've been blessed that I have a sister who's my friend. So I don't get problem. But what do you do when you don't have family that's friend or friendly? What do you do when you don't have even friends who should be there for you? It's a tough one this morning. Are you a friend? Am I a friend? But I want to tell you today, whatever it is you're passing through that may have been caused by friends, it is my hope, it is my prayer. In fact, I would like to say it is, should I call it a prophecy, that you have been set free from the power of friends. Whatever it is that a friend or a group of friends gathered together to do to you comes to an end today. It is my prayer in Jesus Christ's name. Whatever it is they did, could it be that they tied you? And now I don't know if it's like a spiritual tie thing, or maybe somebody went somewhere, said something, did something, and because of that, you have not been able to move forward. Moving forward could be promotion. Could be even in the relationship with that person you're in. For some reason, you don't know if it will lead to marriage because it looks like you people are going nowhere fast. Because friend has put hand in the matter. It is my hope and my prayer today that you are set free from the power of friends. Whatever it is they did, be it spiritual or physical, it will all come to light and you will be free this instant. In Jesus' name. And it is also my prayer that God give you a discerning mind and a discerning heart to know who is a real friend, who is a true friend, and who is not. Some people come into your life just because they want to pull you down. They do not want to see you succeed. So they come and pretend to be friends when they are actually enemies. It is my hope and my prayer that you're able to see through that person's facade and get out in time. But it is also my hope and my prayer that you be led to true friends, that you would enjoy the true friendship, and you will know it when you see it. It is my hope and my prayer that God give you friends who will take you to the next level and not keep you stagnated or send you back to where you no longer want to be. It is my hope and my prayer that God give you friends who will change your lives for the better, for good, and not for evil, not for negative, not for bad. It is my hope and my prayer that you will find friends who, when they come across opportunities meant for you, they will call you and say, oh boy, oh girl, see your job day. Do you know, even on Facebook, it's a marvelous thing to witness. You will see people who come across different opportunities that they know you can do. Even on that Facebook, but they will never ever send you the link to that thing. But there they are, liking everything you do. You write, oh, today I did this. They will like it. They will even love it. They will even compliment you on it. But when it is time to send somebody a link about a job, you're wasting your time. In fact, some friends will like, some of us post random things on social media, food, hanging out with friends and whatever. They will like it, they will love it, they will even comment on it. But when you say, this is my business, so can you help share this post so people know that I am doing this, you are wasting your time. And yet they'll say, that's my friend. Some friends will even use you and do jackery. Take pictures of you and use it and do memes so people can laugh. So how friendly are we? Are we really friends? Are we good friends? Are we true friends? Why? Why the need to pull down that person? The person you call friend. Why? Of what gain would it be? Especially if that person's journey or the light that is shining too bright in your eye is something that you cannot do. Maybe the person possesses a skill or an ability and you're trying to destroy it, and yet you know you have no need or use for that person's skill or ability. Why? When the sky should be big enough for you and every other person, why the need to spoil that thing? Do you know that some of the people you have helped destroy today in life could just be the very Messiah you were looking for or you are looking for, but because you have turned off their own light, you have inadvertently switched off yours. And you think you're doing that person. Well, you're doing the person, technically, but you've also done yourself a great disservice. I mean, what's the harm in, okay, pretend you're a candle and you've been late. What's the harm in another person being as late as you? The next person is late, the next person is late, everybody's candle is lit and shining. That just means that there's light for the world. So what do you gain from turning off the next person's own? You gain nothing. There are some people so consumed by malice and spite and hatred for the person they call their friend, so consumed, and they have been trying their best to destroy the lives of their friends in one way or the other, and for some reason it just isn't working and they cannot figure it out. Fine, you've closed that person's lights, blocked the road and done everything, but the person just still seems to be shining and you're busy dying. Why isn't this thing I'm doing working? Why isn't this person suffering and frustrated and crying and this and that? Breathe, cool down, calm down, assess the situation. You are killing yourself over what exactly? Friend, you are killing yourself over what exactly? The person breathes too hard, smiles too fast, or the twinkle in the eye is just there. What exactly that you should be the reason why your friend is in pain, is in tears or sorrow today, right now, at this moment? Now here's where we take the spiritual slant. I am a firm believer that that the world is run by spiritual things. I also know that in Nigeria, Africa, we do believe in, I don't know, do I call it dark arts? Because there are some that are actually for good, but I don't know. So we do believe in dark arts. And when we see that we cannot manipulate physically the people we call friends, we go to different places just so that we can destroy our friends. That's the word today, friend. So the time check today, the time check right now is 11 minutes gone past 11. I want to play a song for all of you. Yes, it's friendly based. And when we come back, I'll be opening the phone lines. I want to hear your own thoughts on this matter. Friend. Welcome back. We're talking friends today. Welcome back. We're talking friends today. And some of you might be saying, or you might have in mind a particular friend who always tells you, well, bitter truths or hard truths, or you feel the person is hateful or hurtful towards you with the way they behave or comment on your behavior or say things to you. So maybe you look at that person as A frenemy, yeah, that's that word now. When you're not sure if somebody is a friend or an enemy, you join the two together based on how the person behaves towards you. So you think the person is a frenemy. But step out of yourself for a second and consciously analyze what this person does to you. No matter how bitter or annoying or hurtful what the person says is to you, are there truths to it? You see, there's an adage that says, it takes a true friend to tell you your mouth is smelly. Well, there are friends like that who are quite abrasive, like I like to say, like iron sponge. You know those iron metallic sponges they used to wash the back of pots? Yeah, there are some friends like that who will tell you, they'll keep it 100, although they might not have much of a mouth filter, but they'll tell you what you need to hear. Not because they hate you or anything, but maybe because they love you and they care for you and they want the best for you. So analyze that type. If you have that kind of friend in your life, analyze it. Critically look at it. Step out of yourself. Be as objective as possible. On a scale of 1 to 10, how many times does this person tell you home truths, no matter how annoying or abrasive they get when they tell you? Then you need to keep such friends around, because such friends keep you grounded. Not grounded as in stagnant, but grounded as in they give you a dose of reality check. So no, those are not the type of friends we're talking about today. We're talking about the pretentious ones who find it so easy to smile in front of you and yet have killed you over 1,000,000 times in their hearts. I don't know how to pretend, so it's always a shock when I hear somebody say, if you see what this girl did to me, if you see what she said about me, or if you see what this guy did to me, or what, I'm like, how do they manage to keep a straight face around this person that they don't seem to like, or they loathe, or they hate? And so I looked at that word, friend. Friend. Not enemy, friend. This person is my friend, and yet I hate you. This person is my friend, and all I want to do is see you destroyed. This person is my friend, and I'm sitting on his or her promotion letter. This person is my friend, and I'm busy spreading ugly rumors or even outright lies about the person. This person is my friend, and I'm wishing death on the person. This person is my friend, and I have gone to, like I was saying, I believe that, this world is a spiritual place, and many times some of us have been led to, I won't really call them herbalists. Herbalists are supposed to help, so let's just call them juju men, native doctor, babalawo. And we have gotten Lord knows what concussions people have been given. You go and put it in somebody's food, somebody's drink, just because you hate that person. Friend. Whether it works or not it's a whole other kettle of fish. But look at the length, you, human being, created by God, you have. If you could see yourself in the way God and the angels see you, the perfection that you are, then you will now enter your car, or maybe with your 2 left leg, you will go one corner and collect some ugly looking concussion, or maybe one rope tied with a stick with the head of a dog on it, or the teeth of, I don't know how to do these things, but you know what I mean. And you bring it and you drop it in your friend's house. You put it under her bed or his bed, or you throw it on their ceiling so that they'll begin to have problems. Whatever it is, just look at yourself, friend that you are, and look at what you're doing, where you went, what you did. Friend. Friend. With the way we are, I don't think that word should even exist in the dictionary. Maybe it should exist in the dictionary of maybe other countries, but not in a country where we don't behave as the word implies. You are my friend. May God give us discerning minds and hearts to know who is not a friend. May God give us discerning minds and hearts to know who our enemies are. May God give us discerning minds and hearts to know who our true friends are, no matter if they be diamonds in the rough. Speaking of the abrasive friends now. And may God continue to protect us from friends we may not even have noticed, but they are enemies. May God protect us from them. When we eat with them, when we drink with them, when we sit with them, even when we hang out with them, may God protect us from them. And like I said earlier, it is my prayer, oh my prayer, that if you have been tied up in any way, spiritual or physical, because physical could be the gossips and whatnot, if you have been harmed in any way by friends, may it come to light, may it be exposed, and may you be set free in this instant from whatever friends have done to your home, to your marriage, to your businesses, to your reputation, to your health, whatever it is, in whatever area we are suffering from the actions of friends. May Christ, in his infinite wisdom, power, and authority over all things, set each and every one of us currently under the spell or problems of friends free. Whatever it is that has been kept away from us by friends, we will receive it today. Whatever it is that has been hidden from us by our friends, it will be exposed and handed right to us. Whatever, what's the word now? Whatever, I won't call it praise, I won't call it a crown, but something like a gift, like a gem that belongs to us, that friends have taken away from us, however the thing is, we shall receive it today. And it is my double prayer for you and I, who have lost so much because of friends, to be replenished double fold. Where we lost one, we will gain two. In Jesus' name, amen. Time check is 27 minutes gone past 11 o'clock, and the phone lines are open. I'd love your contribution. How do you know who a friend is? Are you a friend? 080-928-95620. That's 080-928-95620. You can also text in on 090-8668-1703. That's for text messages only. 090-8668-1703. Calling numbers 080-928-95620. And we've got our first call. Hello? Hello? Oh, V, come on. No. Okay. Mobile phone gods. Biko, let my people go. Hello?
Morning.
Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello? Hello, good morning.
Yeah, my name is Jennifer.
Really? Jennifer? Okay. Go ahead. What do you have to tell us?
Okay, about the friends stuff, I think we should know our friends. We should know our good friends because, like me, I don't know how to keep friends. I have only one friend, but she doesn't know how to talk, but I still keep her as my friend. She asks me if she doesn't want to have as a friend. So I think a friend is someone who can encourage you, no matter how painful the situation may be. Because that my friend, yes, what I should say, this is how you're dirty guy because I don't know how to arrange the house. So she always says, Jennifer, I don't have to arrange the house, you dirty guy, go away. But I think it's that way because she's my friend. And she doesn't know how to cook. So sometimes I tell her, she doesn't know how to cook. So, and if we go on, life goes on. But so we should know our friends. I think so. You see a true friend, you know a true friend. A true friend is not someone like the friend I had that one, she set me up so that I'll be late, and unfortunately I escaped.
Wow.
And when I was in the hospital, she was like telling my friend that she don't know where I went to because she was the one with my phone. She said she don't know where I went to, and I said, okay, when she comes back, give her the phone, and they'll call me. I'll tell them I'm in the hospital. She said, my mom will say, but your friend said she don't know where you went to. I said, "Oh, well, I don't know. So I start hearing rumors about the girl that she stole, she did this, she did that. But I still kept her my friend, but I wasn't that close with her. I don't talk with her that much.
Wow, Jennifer, you've been through a lot. We thank God for your life.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling in. Have a wonderful Sunday.
And you too.
Okay. Wow, okay. That was a bit of a strong one from Jennifer there. First doubted she was a lady till I listened to her voice very well and said, okay. Yeah, this is a lady actually calling in. Ooh, friend, rape. But for me, she said something. She's not too close to the lady any longer and all that. Maya Angelou has this saying: when a person shows you who they are, believe them. Now, Oprah says it this way: when a friend shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Now you've known this is how this person is. Nah, treat it like a cancer. You root it out. You don't wait for you don't leave a little left. The 48 laws of power will tell you this. Um, when you obliterate your enemy, make sure that they are completely obliterated. I'll tell you why I say this. There's a story attached to this. It's like charcoal, burning embers. You stamp it out and it looks like, okay, the fire is out. And yet there's one small one still there, glowing small. No. It can still burst into flames, given the right opportunity. So when you realize or recognize this person isn't your friend, you don't say, no, I don't talk with her again, I don't hang out with her as much, we're not that close. It's not like, no. Don't come to my house, don't call me, don't talk to me. I don't hate you or anything. I wish you well, God be with you and all that jazz, but because don't hear me. I don't want to give you a second chance because you missed the first time. You may not miss the second time around. So yes, friends. Remember, you can call in 080-928-95620. That's 080-928-95620. You can also send a text on 090-8668-1703. Today we are talking about our friends. Are you a friend? Am I a friend? No, I know. I'm a friend, though. I know how to be a friend, though. I'm a friend for you. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Anyway, here's this one by TLC. And they're asking the same question I'm asking. What about your friends? True. What about your friends? We'll be right back in a second. Enjoy.